Hey everyone, how are you doing this morning? It's Marla. Today is March the 25th and I just got back from my 10-day quasi-vacation out to the kind of northwest area. I was out there looking at colleges with my son. He had been accepted at several colleges in Colorado and Oregon, and he wanted to just take a look at them before he made his final decision. Colorado we've been to a lot before, but Oregon, this was kind of the first time we've ever been to Oregon. And the coastline of Oregon is very pretty. It's just that at the distance, it just seems so far away from Florida. I mean, going to Colorado and Denver just seems super easy and quick, but getting into Portland and kind of getting to the school, it just seemed like it took forever to get there. So he kind of decided that that is not probably where he wants to go. So right now it's kind of between Florida and Colorado. So we're kind of waiting to figure out what we're going to do on that. But I'm back and I survived the trip. The reason I say that is because, as you know, I have fibromyalgia, and flying in a plane for long periods being strapped in is never a pleasant experience. But thank goodness for painkillers. I made it, I'm alive, and I'm back, and I thought I would do a quick video, and I thought this would be kind of a fun video. I've never done one like this before, and this is going to be what I packed in my travel bag for my trip. Now, I was the only female going on this trip, and as a result of that, I had the males trying to convince me to just take a carry-on, a very small carry-on. I didn't need a lot of clothes. I really didn't need much makeup. I could just go kind of bare bones. And while this trip was for my son, I kind of wanted to look half decent. You know, I kind of want to at least have clean underwear every day. I know that's a big concern of mine, but I really want clean underwear every day. And I wanted my makeup. I just had to have my makeup. So I convinced everybody to let me take one big check on suitcase, and they did, and they all agreed, and they said Mom deserves to have her checked on makeup, so we did. So I wanted to show you what I packed in. I have had this massive travel bag for makeup, gosh, I don't know, for years, and I love it. I just love this bag. I don't even remember where I got it. I think I might have gotten it at Walmart or something like that. It's a great bag. It's huge, and it has a lot of little slots in the front for packing things. I just think it's great. But let me show you what I packed, and pretty much everything I packed in here is kind of how I got my face. The face you see today is the face I wore the past 10 days out on my trip. So let me start with the kind of the front compartment here where I have all these little slots. Now, some of this makeup is makeup I love, and some of this makeup is just makeup or products that I had extra of. I didn't care if I accidentally left there or I was trying to use up while I was there and could just leave it there, and that's why I took them with me. All right, so let's start kind of with how I would start my day and how I kind of put my face together and what products I brought with me to put my face together. The first product I brought, I always travel with my Mia Clarisonic. I love this little gadget. I feel naked without it if I don't travel with it. The Mia actually came with this kind of big plastic case, but I find that really bulky. So when I travel with it, the only thing I make sure I have is the plastic protective cover that protects the bristles. That way, if the bristles get kind of squished against my makeup bag, it doesn't, you know, ruin their shape. And they really did keep their shape. So this is a great little thing to kind of make sure you keep with your Mia or with your Clarisonic. So in case you travel, all you have to do is pop that on, and it protects the bristles. So I took that. The face cleanser that I used on my trip was not my #1 choice, but I just happened to leave this in my makeup bag all the time. It is quite kind of perfumey, but I still kind of like it. It's just that I won't really necessarily repurchase it. And it's the Estee Lauder Soft Clean Moisture Rich Foaming Cleanser. I like it because it's very kind of rich and luxurious, has an awesome foam, but again, it does have a little bit, it's a little overly scented. And this was for dry skin, and I particularly brought this with me because I knew I was going to be going from my humid climate of Florida to a very dry climate in Colorado. And I'm glad I brought all these products with me because my skin got so dry and so flaky that I really was glad to have products for dry skin with me. So wash my face with this in the morning. Then the next thing I would do, I didn't bring any kind of primer or anything like that. The only thing I would kind of switch back and forth with or use was I took my Lancome sunscreen lotion, and the one I use is this one. When I travel with any kind of creams, I take these little tiny snack bags, Ziploc baggies, and I put everything in those to keep them nice and in case they leak at all. And I just always save these bags and just keep reusing them over and over again. But this was the Lancome product I use for my sunscreen. I guess it's the Benefit Multi-Vital Sunscreen Lotion. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm not quite sure. But I really like this as a sunscreen. It's really great. And I made sure if we were doing a lot of walking, I would put a sunscreen on my face all the time. So that would be like the first thing I would put on my face. And then sometimes along with that, I would use a little bit of a moisturizer if my face was still really dry. And I really, really love this product. Now, another thing, I'm not quite sure how this name is pronounced. It's either Lumen, I think it's pronounced Lumen, Lumini, Lumen? I'm guessing Lumen. I've never heard of this before. I just happened to be in CVS and I saw it, and there's something about the packaging that I seem to like. It is the Bright Now Vitamin C BB Serum. I love it. I put it on my face. It makes my skin feel brighter. It's an awesome moisturizer. I just found this to be fabulous. I just kind of picked it up in CVS on a whim before the trip in order to have a kind of a travel moisturizer in case, you know, I lost it there. It wouldn't be super expensive. I use it every day now. I really, really love this moisturizer. So this came with me, and then I would put that on my face, and that would be it. So the next thing I would do would be start putting my makeup on. The first thing I would put on is a CC cream. And the CC cream that I'm really surprised that I really like is the Revlon Age Define CC cream. I use medium. I picked this up also on a whim, and I'll do a comparison of this in a later video. I actually was using this and I compared it to my Bobbi Brown CC cream that I just picked up, and I prefer this one. I just don't know why. It doesn't make my skin oily. It really does a nice job of kind of color correcting my skin while still leaving my skin looking bright. I just love this. I was very surprised I was going to like this Revlon product, as I usually don't. I'm not a big fan a lot of times of Revlon or Maybelline kind of foundations or BB creams, but when I picked this CC cream up, I fell in love with it. So I would put this on next all over my face, and then as my foundation, I brought my Shiseido Sun Protection Foundation Stick. I use this in ochre. I love these little sticks for traveling. Just amazing. They have really good coverage, and they don't make my skin oily or they don't dry my skin out. They're just kind of perfect. So this is also what I have on my face today, was this. And then for my eye makeup that I brought with me, I picked up this Smash box. This one is this is the eyeshadow trio. I'm trying to see what shade this is in. There's Vanilla, Ambient, and Serpent in this. The reason I picked this up was I was kind of looking for a green shade for my brown eyes. I didn't want to take 3 makeup products with me, you know, 3 different separate eyeshadows. I wanted kind of a trio. And even though this is not the most awesome, amazing, blendable little palette, I really like this. I can make it, what I did was I would use this vanilla shade all over my lid, and then I would use this, I think this is the Serpent shade, again over my lower lid, up a little bit up to the area under my brow, and then with this little gold shade I would kind of put that on and mix it a little bit on top with the green, so it gave it kind of a really nice shimmer. So I really like this palette. The texture of the eyeshadows aren't kind of the most blendable. I kind of had to work with them a little bit, but I love these colors so much that I picked this up, and I like the idea that it was a trio, so I didn't have to mess with, you know, 3 different little compacts of eyeshadow. So I brought this with me, and I actually just brought one of my little e.l.f. eyeshadow brushes. I didn't bring more than one. I used this one. I would start with the vanilla first all over my eyes, then I went with the green, and then I used a little bit of gold, and then I would just wash it every night. I didn't want to have to pack a bunch of brushes, so try to make my life easy and just brought one eyeshadow brush with me. So that was part of my eyes. And then the next thing I brought for a liner, I brought my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. And this one is an oil slick. I have it on right now. This is one of my favorite shades of these eyeliners. It's black with just kind of a little hint of kind of a silver little flecks in it. I just love this shade. So I brought this with me. This was the only eye pencil I brought with me. And then let's see, so my eyes are almost done. I brought my eyelash curler with me. And then for mascara, I didn't bring my Benefit, they're real, that's one of my favorite mascaras, but I decided to try this YSL Baby Doll. The only reason I brought this with me because it was kind of compact. I wanted to try to take as many sample sizes or small sizes, travel sizes as possible. I brought this with me. This wasn't really a bad mascara. I actually kind of liked it. The only problem was I think this is like $30 and I just have a really hard time paying $30 for a mascara. But I enjoyed it while I was out there, but I wouldn't buy a full size of it. Okay, so now my eyes are almost done. Then my eyebrows. The only regret that I have on this trip is not bringing, I debated and debated about it. And as you know, if you see me without makeup on, you know I have, kind of very little eyebrow. I don't have a tail. A lot of my eyebrows in between are gone. Some of it's due to overplucking. A lot of it's due to being hypothyroid originally. I don't have eyebrows, so I have to really pencil them on or draw them on, and I want to make sure they stay on all day, especially with traveling, because you're leaning on the plane and you're trying to sleep. There may be a pillow there, or you're traveling in a car and you end up having to kind of sometimes touch the side of your face. And I made the mistake of not bringing my Maybelline Color Tattoo in Toughest Taupe along with my MAC 208 brush to apply it. Love that stuff. I have extra massive quantities of that stored in case they ever decide to stop making Toughest Taupe for my eyebrows. They stay on all day. I decided to try this pencil and bring this with me instead. This is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This pencil would not be bad maybe for someone that already had eyebrows, but for someone like me that has to draw really a lot of my eyebrow on, this was sorely lacking because number one, the tip, and I'll actually maybe do a little mini review of this compared to my Toughest Taupe. The tip is not as fine as the kind of line I can get with my MAC 208 brush. So in areas where I wanted kind of a sharp line, I couldn't get it with this, and this came off. So I would apply it in the morning, and a lot of times when I do my normal eyebrows at home with the Toughest Taupe, I apply them and they don't come off all day long until I get home at night. It could be 8 o'clock at night, even with traveling. I have to use a makeup remover wipe to get it off, and then they finally come off. This, unfortunately, with traveling, I would be traveling, I got off the plane, went to the bathroom, I looked in the mirror, and part of my eyebrow was gone. So a little upset about that, but will not be taking this with me again. But for someone that has eyebrows that they just kind of want to darken a little bit or fill in, it probably is a very good eyebrow brush or eyebrow filler in there. And the reason it's good and the reason I got it was I didn't feel like taking the little container of the Color Tattoo along with a brush, along with a spoolie brush. This was kind of nice because it had the little kind of pencil on one end, and then on the other end, it has a spoolie brush. But convenience did not kind of pay off because the eyebrows weren't there. So I learned my lesson on that one. All right, so now I think I have my eyes totally done. So for the area kind of around my nose, I like to use a little bit more concealer because I have a lot of redness under my nose, and I am still using and loving my Benefit Boing. I use this in number 3. The reason I like this is I can put this around my nose and it does not seem to make that area kind of greasy or oily or overly shiny. So I like this around my nose to conceal the redness. And then as a under eye concealer, I am still using and still loving my It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. As you can see, I've been holding this so much that the name has been totally worn off, except for the color. I have tan. I use this for under my eye areas. Eye area, I really love this. And then for my powder, kind of to powder my face, I did a mini review on this. I also really, really like this. This is the Tarte Mineral, I think it's called Mineral Pressed Powder. There is no name on this, so I can't really see exactly what it's called, but it's just the kind of the Tarte Mineral Pressed Powder. I love this. It comes with this little sponge. I even like the little sponge it comes with, and it does a really good job of covering up and kind of just mattifying a little bit some of the shine on my face. I don't even see a shade on this, which is strange. It's nameless, what can I say? I really like this. And let's see, next for my cheeks and for any contouring, I usually don't like, I'm not like this major contour person, but sometimes I like to have a little bit kind of a darker area here, or kind of make myself look like I have a little bit maybe of a tannish glow going on my face. Oh my gosh, I got this before my trip, and I didn't think I was gonna like it. I mean, I wasn't sure how much I was gonna like it, but I love it. This is so nice. This is the Naked Urban Decay Flushed. And what you get with this is the two of the things I love. The one thing I could kind of take or leave, but I love the other two items. This is this awesome blush, which is just a gorgeous, gorgeous color. I love this blush. And I love this little contour shade, which is so pretty because it's not too dark, it's not orange, it's just an awesome, awesome shade. I actually even mix a little bit of the blush and this shade to kind of put on my face to make me look like I have a little bit of a tan. This is supposed to be a highlighter, but unfortunately for me, nothing compares to and I have a travel size one, which I love, my Benefits What's Up. I love this as a highlighter. It's just more of a cream, but I like to put it on my cheeks to highlight this area under my eyes. I have yet to find anything I like better than this, and I've tried a lot. I love this, but this is an awesome little palette, I must say. So I wanted to show you that. And so now I've done my cheeks, any contouring or a little bit of tan going. And then my lips, I just brought a couple lipsticks with me in a Ziploc baggie, just a little bit of a variety. I have two Milani in here, one gloss and one I think L'Oreal. I really like these Milani lipsticks. They're really kind of cool. I got the Milani Fruit Punch, which is a great shade if I'm not wearing a lot of eye makeup. If I went without any eye makeup, I would use this kind of Fruit Punch shade, which is kind of a really pretty bright shade, really pretty on. And I also brought with me, in case I wanted more of a nude shade, this is also a very pretty shade from Milani. This is the Nude Cream, which was really pretty. If you guys want any swatches of this stuff, let me know, but I just didn't want to make this video super long as it is right now. And then for a super, super, super nude shade that I usually would put a gloss over, I brought my L'Oreal. This is the Fairest Nude. I really like this as a nude. I put this on, and then on top of it, I put a little bit of a gloss. And normally, the gloss that I brought with me for the trip is my little tiny travel size one. I love this. This is my Buxom, and this is in Dolly, one of my favorite shades. So this is my lipstick container that I brought with me. I brought no lip liner. And let's see. Oh, and I brought this little tiny travel brush with me for the Naked blush that I showed you, that palette. Just one. I would put the blush on first, then I would dip it in kind of a little bit of the contour shade and use the same brush. I didn't want to mess with tons of brushes. And I also packed a little tiny Ziploc baggie, I don't know if you can see, with all my sample size perfumes in here. So I would have a couple of different perfumes or different scents to wear on my trip. For my eyes, I always, for plucking my eyebrows, for drawing on my eyebrows, sometimes the makeup mirrors are great at the magnifying mirrors they have at hotels are great, sometimes they're not. So I always carry with me my little tiny travel size magnifying mirror. It has little suctions on the back. I can just use it alone, or I can press it on the mirror that's already there and use it to do my eyebrows or kind of check my face out in magnification. I really like to travel with this for, let's see if I'm missing, what else I'm missing. Oh, for just kind of general items of tools to bring with me. I always bring a little pair of clippers with me for nails. I always bring a little shaver with me for any stray hairs. I always bring my tweezers with me for eyebrows. I always bring my Tweezerman little eyebrow scissors with me when I travel. I brought one comb with me, and that is the only styling tool for my hair that I brought. And the shampoos I brought with me are my favorite, and I'm actually going to do a video of all the products that I have in my shower right now for my hair. But I love the Caviar Anti-Aging Replenishing Moisture Conditioner. I got the sample size of this, and I also had the sample size of the shampoo. I use this every day. I love this particular brand for my hair. It's just awesome. It doesn't have any sulfates. I don't think it has any phthalates in it. It's paraben free. It's just wonderful. I love it. I love the scent of it. The shampoo has such an awesome lather. I know you guys, you know I'm big on lather. Shampoo is amazing for a sulfate-free shampoo. It's just super, super luxurious. I think it smells awesome. I love the smell of it. And I just can't say enough about the shampoo and conditioner. I already used the shampoo up, so I left the container of the shampoo at the last hotel that I was at. And I always bring a band for my hair, so when I wash my face in the morning and I don't want to kind of get my hair all wet, I always have a band to push back my hair with. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything other than, obviously I'm not going to show you my toothbrush and my toothpaste. That's really boring. And the last thing I have in here are just my Neutrogena makeup wipes for traveling. These are awesome for taking off makeup, so I don't have to kind of rip the makeup off my face with my Clarisonic. Oh, and the other thing I brought with me for tools, I brought a little pair of these little clippers just in case anybody had a stray hangnail. I'm always funny about that. Make sure I have that. I also brought, because I knew I was going to a very dry climate, my e.l.f. lip exfoliator. This really came in handy out in Colorado because my lips got so dry and flaky that this would help exfoliate them. I love this. And finally, at night, for my nighttime routine, I, of course, had my little tiny bottle of my Tarte Maracuja oil. That was what I used on my face every night. So I think I showed you everything in my makeup bag that I took with me on my trip. And when I put all these products together, this is the face that I had on my trip the entire time. The only thing that might have been different was I might have either put more eyeshadow on or no eyeshadow. But when it came to the actual foundation I used and the CC cream, that's what I used on my face the whole time. And for my hair, I took very kind of minimal products with me. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I air dry my hair. So after I would wash my hair, I would put on a little dollop of the Fekkai glossing cream on the palm of my hands and work it through my wet hair and then just let it air dry. I love this cream. This is amazing. It makes my hair super shiny, takes a lot of frizz out, and I've been using it for years. Let my hair air dry, and then the only kind of styling tool I would use would be my InStyler. Love that too. I've had that for years, never had a break on me. Just awesome little piece of equipment. And finally, for the hairspray, I really, really wish I could have found a travel size of the Caviar Anti-Aging Working Hairspray. This stuff is awesome. I love it, but I could not find a travel size, and there was no way I was going to bring this giant jug with me. So I took with me instead my Diva Curl Flexible Hold Hairspray. This is great hairspray too. It's just that the smell kind of has gotten to me a little bit. I just don't like the smell of this. This one, I just love the smell. It smells so good. This one won because it was tiny. Let's see, I think that's everything. I did all my makeup, did my hair. That was my travel bag. This was my travel look. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing my little kind of trip bag. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Or if you want any of the products kind of done in a little bit more detail so you can see the shades, just let me know too. Take care. See you guys soon. Bye-bye from Marla.